All right. Tournament time is here. NBA season is booming. There's really nothing like basketball in March. Tons of tournament games with high stakes and high drama, all competing to cut down the nets as national champs. And betting opportunities are endless. So shout out to our partners at DraftKings who make a good time even better. Right now, all new customers who bet $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Want to know what you can do with that $150 in bonus bets? Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings. Same game parlays for a shot at even a bigger payout. So fill out your brackets and place your bets on who you think will rise to the top with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using code LOUNGE and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly with promo code LOUNGE only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Let me get this grill together. Baby. Let's get it. Throw some burgers on here. It's March Madness. March Madness is cracking. Woo. Oh, there you go. Talking about March Madness, we're going to talk about some of the greatest March Madness runs in the history of the game. Who had the best run individually, some of the great matchups in March Madness. Talk about my experience in the NCAA tournament, my days at Kansas, some of my favorite moments. And oh yeah, we coming down the stretch of this NBA season. We're going to talk about some first round matchups that can get real interesting. Also, it's a couple teams, it's a couple matchups I want to see in the playoffs come this year. We're going to get to that in the Truth Lounge tonight. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Truth Lounge. With March Madness around the corner, we're going to dive right into this because that was always one of my favorite times of the year. Me going to Kansas and just blase, but we're going to talk about my favorite matchups in the tournament, best March Madness run. I mean, what's your thought as March Madness approaches, dog? What you think? What's some of your great runs, man, that you've been able to witness?
Individual. We're talking about individual players.
Matchups.
We're talking about teams and matchups, or just memories. I know what my first memory, one of my early memories, I should say, of basketball and love was watching the Phi Slamma Jamma versus Georgetown. Watching that right there. And then watching Georgetown, that transition into me just falling in love with UNLV.
Yeah.
them UNLV squads when they went. And I think that's why it became that little we hate Duke campaign, right? Because that year they blew Duke out.
UNLV at that time to Duke was damn near like Lakers Celtics.
Right.
Right? Everybody hated Duke. Everybody hated Celtics. Everybody loved LV.
Yeah, unless she was really tied into unless she was tied into Duke, I feel like the people love UNLV and just cheering for them. But Duke was a great program, great squad, still is to this day. But those are my early memories. What about you playing in the tournament? That's the one thing that's like, I never played in the March Madness. What is your favorite memory in March Madness? Because y'all had some runs, but y'all just never got over the top.
Bro, I ain't got no favorite memories of March Madness. We got upset every year. We was number one seed, favorite to win it, or at least go to the national championship. And we just couldn't get over the hump, man. I just show you how hard it's hard to win in the tournament. You got to be good and lucky. If you got a bad day, it's over. It's over. But like, I mean, that was just like as a kid watching them UNLV, Duke, watching just so many great tournament battles, so many great players. You know, my favorite, but just like before I even get to my situation, like the people that inspired me though, I'm gonna tell you, because I didn't really watch a lot of NBA. I used to watch college games. I mean, I'm watching cats like Glenn Robinson, Big Dog Robinson, Grant Hill, Larry Johnson. I couldn't wait till they played in big matchups. And them was guys I really looked at this time of the year. One of my favorite games. I mean, my favorite rivalry was Duke UNLV. I mean, I felt like UNLV was America's team because they went undefeated that year. and lost to Duke. But didn't they go undefeated?
I believe they was undefeated.
They went undefeated, and their first loss was to Duke in the championship
that's why
game.
people talk about it because they like, man, that game was like
heartbreaking.
No, they talk about it. It's a rumor. This ain't something I'm confirming or nothing. I'm just saying people was like, man, that game was fixed. There's no way. You beat the team by 30 the year before.
Yeah.
And then the next year you lose to them.
Get popped. No, that was good though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It
was,
you
beat them by 30, but I think they grew up. I think they matured. Bobby Hurley, those guys matured. Losses. And they came back to get it.
But some of my, you know what, but in saying all that, as far as team matchups, man, to me, the best NCAA tournament run ever by a player was probably Kemba Walker, bro. I ain't gonna never forget his run. I mean, there was some good runs out here. There was some good runs, and I ain't gonna discredit, but we just gonna talk about the players that I saw in my own eyes because I didn't see Lou Alcindor and Bill Walton. I didn't see, all them guys play. I'm just talking about from the time I started watching NCAA basketball, Kemba Walker, Melo run, them two just stick out at the top to me, dog.
The Kemba Walker run was impressive because they had to get into the tournament. I think they had 9 losses in the Big East Conference.
And your best player, 5'11". Like when we look at the guys who made their runs, like Christian Laettner, Grant, all these cats, they was big. This was a big man's game kind of still. It was still a big man game or a wing player game at the time. But Kemba Walker run was so spectacular from the Big East tournament. We talking about from the Big East tournament all the way through March. I don't think nobody had a better run winning a conference tournament, getting MVP, and then going to the NCAA tournament, not even the favorite, and winning that. So if you can figure out a better run in that from an individual than Kemba Walker, I think he averaged like 24, 25 a game. I don't know no player in NCAA history that had a better run than him.
So what is let's do a list. Give me your top 5 players that you watch. Like we said, we're not gonna go name players we didn't see.
It's funny you said that. Here it is. I had it ready for you. It's funny that you said this.
All right.
My top 5 players, and I wrote these down ever in college basketball that I saw. Man, somebody gonna be mad. But Grant Hill, Glenn Robinson,
was dominant.
Big Dog, Larry Johnson, Christian Laettner, and Kemba Walker. Them is my 5 best college players. Because theirs is not that they were the best in college, but because of the fact of their run on top of them being great. You know what I'm saying? So them is like, because I could easily say Shaq and say some of these other guys, but Melo. But I'm just saying these dudes for me. This is it right here. What about you? Who you got? Who your top 5 greatest college players ever?
I like Larry Johnson because I just felt he was so dominant. I felt he controlled the game. Mm-hmm. But one of mine is definitely going to be Allen Iverson for me.
Ooh, you can't go
just
wrong.
For me, just because the way he came in and Georgetown being a interior team, and he just made it so exciting, and he had so many great games and so many great highlight plays. He was like must-see TV. He was must-see TV. Ended up being the number 1 pick at the point guard position.
Who you say? Larry Johnson.
That's really impactful. When you think about that, he was number 1 pick at the point guard position, not in a potential draft era.
In an era where they was still
you drafting on production. Big. You wasn't drafting on potential. Like Kyrie was the number 1 pick, but it was like his skill set, and everybody was like, okay, we could be projecting him to be great, but it wasn't what he was actually. He didn't have that kind of year. He only played like 11 games if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. Kyrie only played 11 games.
So it was more like projection.
He was that good. I ain't never heard of that one. Who else?
But also, I like the one-and-done guys, too. Like, I'm not off the one-and-done guys because people are going to not remember how dominant Michael Beasley was during his year, putting Kansas State on his back.
This your best 5. We talking about your best 5
this is
college
mine.
players.
This is it.
Yeah.
I mean, coming as a freshman, what's the numbers on him? I think he averaged
like 27 and 12.
Yeah, him and KD.
Crazy. I remember him and KD was killing college.
So in my time, I'm going to go with he averaged 26 and 12 as a freshman.
Yeah, as a freshman.
Nobody in the modern era.
Nobody was doing that.
So he came in. So that's
Beasley, Iverson,
Beasley, Iverson.
Who was the other one? Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
Who the third and who the fourth and fifth?
Give me Carmelo.
Carmelo. That ain't bad.
Because I like his run and I like his. These guys is 1 year, so they're not gonna have
Damn,
a body
you ain't giving like you've been watching college for a long time, bro.
Yeah, these guys.
You said you watched the Phi Slamma Jamma and you ain't got a Keem Olajuwon in there. Is that the Phi Slamma Jamma?
I didn't really. My first year, it was them. They was dunking and all that,
Damn,
so I came into the game
there?
with them. But I really was on Georgetown because the way they played, they was pressing. They had the gear.
What year was that?
It's like 84.
All right, so you was about like 8 years old. Okay. He was about 8 years old. You remember everything. I'm surprised you didn't say Lou Alcindor. You didn't like his run?
Yeah, I got it up here. Hey, fact check me.
Oh, all right.
Georgetown was
AI.
influential. So he brought Georgetown back. Georgetown was
I'm saying, give me your 5.
So I got AI. I'm going with the young
Melo,
boy.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah, and I said Melo, Larry Johnson, and Beasley.
Beasley, and who the fifth?
Ooh, you got big dog in there.
Man.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Grant Hill.
Over Leitner?
Yes.
All right, that's your 5. That's legit.
For me,
that's legit.
Leitner was cold. He made tough shots, but to me, Grant Hill, he just was a beast that year that they left.
Man, I'm telling you.
And he moved to like the point forward.
I taped a lot of his games.
He moved to the point forward that year.
Yeah.
And was like really dominant, going down middle, dunking. Like he can make every play on the basketball
What about
court.
Twan Walker?
Twan Walker was cold. He played for a super team. Like
He did.
So he didn't get a chance
That
to
might
put
be
up
the
numbers.
only college super team that I can think of outside of I didn't see the Phi Slamma Jam. I know they had pros, but super team?
The Fab Five.
Oh, the Fab Five. All right, this is, which brings me to this. Most influential. Damn, we got to throw them in there, the Fab Five. They probably the most influential for me.
Yeah.
It's UNLV or Fab Five as far as influence on this hooping, playing college, wanting to go to college, they style.
And that's why I say that's where you got to go back and look at Georgetown. Because Georgetown influenced all them. Because they was that first team that had the Nike deal. John Thompson had them in the Nikes.
Yeah.
And they had the style.
College ain't going to never be the same. It ain't going to never be like that again.
They was wearing the Nikes.
Like, I don't see, and I'm thinking, it ain't going to never be a team in college because of the way it is, the structure, how guys is leaving early, that you're going to see a team that's just an influential team and follow and get behind them for some years. I mean, I can't even think of no team that just like I can even say, man, they're going to be good next year. Because if somebody play well, that player's going to the league.
They gone.
So that was, I think the 90s was the best era. 80s, late 80s and 90s was probably the best era for college basketball. So that's why we got, in this era, you got a lot of Cinderella teams. And that bracket, filling out that bracket, good luck, bro. Good luck.
Good luck.
Because the favorite.
Well, you got to really, you know what you got to do? It is good luck, but now you got to really do your research on these teams. Because last year showed us that Florida, FAU, and San Diego State.
Yeah.
They in the Final Four.
Right. Right.
You know, and the styles was contrasting now. So you have to really understand these players and the transfer portal teams is old. Will we see another team like those Kentucky teams where we have 5 freshmen be able to play and get the team to the finals, or 3 or 4 freshmen in the lineup? Or the impact? Like, who's the last impactful freshman? Is it Zion?
Zion for sure.
That was just crazy. And they had a great run. What was their run?
They lost early. They lost probably like Sweet 16.
They got popped.
Yeah, they got popped. They almost lost to Taco Fall.
They was dominant with 3 freshmen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. 3 pros. 3 pros.
But
like right now, today, I can't even think of no player or no team that I'm like, Houston is nice, Kansas, been up and down. But like, I think college is wide open as it's ever been.
Favorite right now.
UConn's the favorite?
In terms of betting, and then Houston would be the next.
See, but I'm just saying, like, I can't even tell you one player off UConn. Like who? Like, because I guess I don't know if it's the national coverage or the
but that's how you win.
Do they have a high draft pick this year?
That's how you win right now, right? You may have like a player, but they're not household names. The top teams is going to have mature players that are probably not household names, but they're great ball players.
Yeah.
They understand the coach. They understand the system. like Houston. Houston has been a dominant team. For them to come to the Big 12, they've been a smaller conference team.
Yeah.
Whatever conference they was in, America, whatever that was, they came to the Big 12 and they won the Big 12 over Kansas this
So
year.
who the coach? Is that Calvin Simpson?
Calvin Sampson, yeah.
Sampson? Yeah. He was
built
at
a
Oklahoma. He
powerhouse
was at
over there.
Oklahoma when I was in
Defense.
college. Calvin Simpson. So, he been in the game a long time, been a great coach. Shout out to Calvin Simpson. But when I fill out my bracket, I always just put Kansas winning it all.
You know
and
what?
I just pick a
I'm gonna
few
tell you
good
this
upsets.
too. I'm probably never told you this. I was hurt when Kansas beat Oklahoma. Is that 88?
And when they won it all?
Yeah, I was
With
hurt.
Danny Manning?
Yeah. I love Mookie Blaylock and Stacey King and
Yeah.
Ricky Grace.
Man,
Come
you
on,
go
dog.
back, boy. You a historian.
Almanac. Yeah, this ain't
You started watching college
pre-search.
before me.
This wasn't pre-search. This was just.
But
in
you
the
a
head.
time traveler too. So,
But I remember that because Mookie Blaylock was one of my favorite players, like playing defense. The way he played defense and stole the ball, I got that from him. I saw that from him right there. I just always followed him. But I love when they beat that team with Danny Manning, I was hot. And I never wanted
Damn.
so you
He's right.
so what
88.
made you choose Kansas? Like we from LA, Inglewood,
damn, you
city,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
There you go, right
went
there.
to
You
the
said
sticks.
it. You
went
said
to
it
the
right there.
sticks.
You said it right there. Well, maybe choose Kansas, living in Inglewood.
Get you out the city.
I
Yeah.
need to get out of there, dog. I had to get out of there. I only took like 2 visits. So look, I go to USC, Stace Bozeman, Willie McGinnis, all them there. I'm seeing how they living. They living cool. They kicking it. There's weed smoke everywhere. They shoot dice. I'm like, man, I ain't going to SC. I need to lock in. I'm like, it's too much kicking it over here. I was like, it was just too close to home. UCLA had just won a national championship. And Coach Herrick was like, yeah, you going to start. And I'm thinking like, damn, y'all just won the national championship with freshmen. How I'm going to start? So I didn't feel like he was telling me the truth. And it was just something, when I took my visit to Kansas, bro, it was just like nothing I ever seen. Think about it, like West Coast basketball, it ain't got that Midwest or that East Coast. They not into it. There's just too much going on in the West Coast because you got the top player in California over here at Inglewood, ain't nobody hardly showing up. You got the Lakers down right here, everybody going to that game. You got UCLA, it's just too much to do. It's just too much to do. I went to Kansas and we was the pro team, everybody showing up, sold out every night. They was chanting my name at the game. I was like, ooh, it was like, I'm going here.
So what's your
going
best?
here.
So when you was at Kansas, I got a chance to go out there and visit you. That was an amazing experience to go to the game at Missouri.
That was
I
crazy.
drove down with the fans. I had the fan experience. Just drove down to Missouri. There was Boone
Dog,
Ryan
listen.
Robertson the whole game.
It ain't no school in the country that's like Kansas University for basketball. I've never seen this in my life. I'm on campus. I'm thinking, like, this is my first game. Let's say leading up to my first game, I'm going to practice. It's kids out there in sleeping bags. It's kids out there with tents. And I'm like, damn, the game ain't till Friday. It's Monday. It's Monday. The game ain't till Friday. And then they got this chant. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk, KU. And they go crazy. I never lost a game at Kansas. I ain't never lost. I think we was 60-0.
Wow.
60-0.
Come in there and get popped.
Automatic win.
Come in there good.
You ain't coming in the
Too
Lawrence.
bad you couldn't host the tournament.
I don't know what happened before me or after me, but I know I left there with a 60 game win streak, or it might have been more. It was around 50, 60 games for sure.
So what was it, a game or was it a moment or was it like a certain period where you knew you was ready for the league? Because see, you came out in
that's
the
a good
era
question.
where
That's a good
because
question.
now the league, because that's what we talked about when we was talking about Iverson and Kyrie, the transition to where we are today you get drafted for your potential.
Right.
You didn't have that luxury. You had to be ready to play with grown men. When you step,
it was kind of like half and half.
if you were a big man.
No. Yeah. It was kind of half and half because you got to forget, in '96, KG got drafted out of high school.
If you're a big man.
Yeah, but
Like
after
Kobe
that,
changed the game.
in '95, KG got drafted out of high school. Kobe came in. He wasn't a big man.
No, he wasn't. He was the first guard.
McGrady,
That was crazy.
all after that. So it was half potential, half you ready. And then the influx just came in with all these high school dudes where it's like, all right, it's potential now. But you definitely had to be ready. And that's why I felt like I was ready. I felt like I was ready my sophomore year. I felt like I was ready. But I was like, man, shoot, I'm going to be one of the top players if I come back. I had the dream in my head. I was like, I always dreamed what I wanted to do, man. I was like, man, I could be the number 1 pick. Then I came out the junior year, I was the number 1 pick. So I'm like, damn.
I thought you could have been the number 1 pick at that time because it was the number 1 pick was Michael Olowokandi.
Nobody, I never even heard of Michael Olowokandi.
And then the number 2 pick was Mike Bibby.
Yep, Mike
So
Bibby. I heard of Mike
just
Bibby.
based
Mike
on
Bibby
that,
didn't win a national championship.
yeah, but just based on that, he was definitely cold. But I just think based on that, you could have been. But also, how much do you think Jock Vaughn graduation and also Rafe LaFrance getting hurt for a significant part of the season, it gave you different roles, right? Because you played some 4, which I think the 4 helped you get ready for the league because now you got to be physical. And the way y'all system was at Kansas, you was able to step out.
I was posting up more.
You was able to step out and still show your game. And then not having Jock Vaughn there, the offense, you was able to do more with the ball, or maybe the offense came your way.
It helped my development once them guys. Well, Rafe was still there, but Jock.
But Rafe missed a lot of games.
Yeah, he missed about 8-9 games because he broke his hand, I remember. But I mean, I was still having a good year. But it did help me just understand, like, all right, I had to do more. You know, because a lot of people looked at me as just a scorer, but I showed I could play defense, rebound, pass, because I got more opportunity. And I thought I was up for National Player of the Year. You know, I knew I probably wouldn't get it because Antoine Jameson at the time was dominating high. He was dominating at North Carolina, and they was number 1 all year long too. But junior year, I thought for sure. I was so ready junior year. Coach Williams was like, "Hey, you're not coming back." Pretty much, he pulled me. Was like, "You're not coming back." And I was the first player in the Roy Williams era to ever leave early under him. I think I was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was. Everybody usually stayed to senior year because Jock stayed to senior year. Rafe LaFrance stayed to senior year. They could have left junior year. He was like, "Nah, there's no need to come back." And so, you know, that was the cold college experience. But we got upset every year. We lost 1 year to Arizona, Mike Bibby. We lost 1 year to Syracuse in the Sweet 16.
That's the one I remember.
Man.
That's the Billy Thomas dropped the ball.
Man. And then we lost second round to Catino Mobley and Tyson and Lil Tyson. What was his name?
Wheeler.
Tyson Wheeler.
Them lefties.
The lefties. They was unorthodox shooting threes. And so that was my college career. But March Madness is always exciting, man. I'm excited for it this year. I'm gonna get my bracket. Hopefully Kansas go for a deep tournament run because I was at the championship game a couple years ago in New Orleans where they won. You know, and it's nothing like the tournament. So good luck to all the teams this year. And I'm always excited for this time of the year.
You named your guys. Now, which guy, your college players that you name your top college players.
Yeah.
So which one of those guys, if any, were you trying to emulate the most when you was in high school to say, I want to play like this guy? Because we watched a lot of.
Yeah. It was a lot of them, though. It was a lot of them. It was about 5 of them. I'm going to tell you 5 of them. Started with Steve Smith, Michigan State. Jimmy Jackson, Ohio State.
Jimmy Jackson.
Glenn Big Dog Robinson, Purdue. Grant Hill at Duke. Them was the dudes I watched closely. I taped all their games. I'm like, man, because they was like the small forwards. You know, as I got older, they was a small forward, so Jimmy had the pull-up game. He was handled. You know, Grant Hill was the point forward. Because my senior year, I became the point forward.
Right.
And so I watched Steve Smith, point forward. So I'm watching all of them, and I'm emulating the things that they doing. You know, handling the ball, distributing, having the all. Them was the guys I consider had all-around game.
Big dog.
And I just tried to emulate the post-up, jumper, inside, outside. And so them 4 players right there was the guys I most tried to emulate. And I was just like, man, shoot, they got it. They had it. And all them players was All-Americans. All of them was top dogs at their school. So them is the dudes I always tried to emulate. You know, I like one more in there. No, but that was pretty much it. Big Dog, Grant Hill, Jimmy Jackson, Ohio State, and who's left? Yeah, big dog.
Steve Smith.
Steve
Point
Smith.
forward.
Steve Smith, Michigan State. So them is the guys I was really trying to. It worked. I looked at the right guys. And so, well, shout out to them cats, man. Y'all was an inspiration for me. I appreciate y'all. But in saying that, moving forward, we are winding down the NBA year, and it's about to get interesting out here, bro. I'm looking at the matchups. I'm looking at I got my eye on the West, close eye on the West, because it could be some real intriguing matchups. Now, out of all the matchups, who would you be most interested to see in a matchup, whether it be an individual player versus individual player or team versus team, especially in that first round? Because I'm looking at it, it's getting thick. It's getting thick.
Well, for me, this is now we're starting in the West this year. We're going to start to appreciate more and more the play-in. The play-in is going to be crazy because you can have a scenario where you got Luka, LeBron, KD. Yep. I'm just saying potentially, Steph.
Right now,
all in a play-in.
This the matchup. If everything started, you got the potential of Golden State playing Lakers for play-in. If Dallas keep tricking off, it could be Golden State, Dallas, Luka. I mean, these matchups at the bottom is more intriguing than these matchups at the top.
You know, the play-in is critical
Yeah.
because you in that 9-10 spot is one game elimination.
Yeah.
It's like a tournament game. It's one game for it all. And this is where a guy like Steph, a Steph versus LeBron matchup is critical.
But that's one game. But I'm saying in the playoff series, you know who I want to see in the first round? I want to see this matchup with Clippers versus Phoenix. I want to see that. If something happens to where Phoenix can somehow move up to 5 and have a matchup with Kawhi and KD, because that matchup was about to happen until, I think Kevin Durant got hurt.
Yeah, I think that's a great matchup in the first round.
I want to see that, but in the East,
it was Kawhi. Kawhi the first two.
Kawhi got hurt. Yeah, Kawhi got hurt. Yeah, that's right. Kawhi got hurt and missed. And so we never got a chance to really see that matchup. But in the East, I want to see Miami-Boston first round. I ain't going to even lie. I want to get them up out of here fast. Let's get them up out of here. I don't want to hear nothing from them.
That's tough.
Man, let's get them up out of here. I want to see that. I want to see that in the first round. First round. We ain't ducking nothing. It's hard to win.
Drop game
we ain't ducking
tight.
Nothing. It's hard to win, and we ain't ducking nothing.
Let's get our rhythm first,
give us
baby.
the hardest road possible. So
let's get a
Miami
rhythm
first,
all right.
And then whoever after that.
Be careful what you ask for.
We'll take Cleveland in the second round. Then we'll see Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's not a bad route.
We want that route.
Ooh, that Miami first round matchup is.
We want that. Okay. Let's get them out of here early because we don't want Jimmy to start getting hot. You know, as the further he go, the better he get. We want to get them up out of here fast before he get hot.
Further he go.
Yeah, that's what it seems like with Buddy, man. He get his rhythm, and you never know having Miami, but that's the two matchups I want to see in the first round, I think.
The first round?
Yeah. Who you eyeing?
I'm gonna give you one that's intriguing to me. It's probably not a popular one, but I want to see the Clippers in New Orleans in that first round. The way they slotted right now, I think they're 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's the 4 or 5. Right? That's who it is right now.
I feel like that's just a tricky matchup for the Clippers.
That's a tricky matchup for them?
Yeah, because they're the favorite. People are talking about the Clippers winning the championship. Then you come out here and you got a matchup where you got to deal with Zion and Ingram in the first round. And then CJ McCullough can win you a game or two if he's healthy. If he comes in healthy, he can win you a game or two.
How confident are you at OKC getting out the first round? Because they're going to either have to see Dallas, Lakers, Golden State, possibly Sacramento, could be Phoenix. You never know. They can slide. This is all predicated on the play.
OKC is carrying. They got the MVP this year.
You think they got the MVP?
Yeah, I think they got.
Damn.
He's ascended. To me, Jokic is still the best player by this much. But this guy just did a great job I'm about to call it.
So you're saying it's a lock? You think it's a lock for him right now?
I don't think it's a lock. I just think that it's close to being a lock.
If they finish 1
or 2.
Or 2.
Or 2.
Nobody
now,
saw.
Denver finishes 1.
What was the preseason? This is what I want to know. What was What were they projected in the preseason? Do you know? What was they projected? The Thunder.
The Thunder were projected over-under was around 44 wins.
44 wins.
They got that now.
They got that.
Edge of playing playoffs.
They had them edge of playing, and then if they win the West,
he's the MVP.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I'm looking at his consistency
That's
too from the
tough.
guard spot. He's the number one on the scouting report every single night, and he comes in. He's like,
but they got depth. They got a lot of good players that fly under the radar.
But he's consistent. He
So
scored
you think-
31
so you don't-
points,
so-
40
so you
something
think-
nights.
So you think Jason Tatum don't got a shot now?
No, I think he's in the mix. I think this year is the year that
I mean, I think it was. I
He's
think
in
it
the
was
top
kind of
three.
like a big blow them losing to Denver
on national.
on national, and they lost.
I just think
twice
it's
to
hard to
Denver.
make him the MVP this year when Jaylen Brown is on your team and he's playing well. He's playing well.
Right
he's
now.
not playing bad.
He playing like a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
so
like
you
just
have
when you look at it, what he's been doing
so
over
you
the
have
last few
stretches
weeks.
throughout the season
Yeah.
where he's looking like a top 5 player. So I think that kind of minimizes Tatum. Where who's the guy that's looking like an all-star caliber player for a 10-game stretch for OKC? You know,
Damn.
I look at Jokic, he's the best player, but I say like Murray is there. So I think it's close. But for this year, for me,
What about Luka Doncic not in there?
Luka's cold. But I just no,
not in there?
I don't have him as the most valuable.
7 straight triple doubles
No,
with
but I
30.
don't have him as the most valuable because I think that his team.
If you take Luka off Dallas, they not even a playoff team. Period.
No, Luka's
They not a playoff team. You take them off
Luka's
Dallas.
a top player in this league. Where he ranks, I don't know. But I think his
Oh, my
defensive
God.
I think his defensive inefficiency, it doesn't have him right now is an MVP because
And they might not even make the playoffs. There's a chance they don't make the playoffs.
No, that's a chance they make the playoffs. They play Steph Curry in the first round.
Yeah,
they play
there's a chance they don't make the
this,
playoffs.
that, and
All
other.
right, so you got Shea. Joker can still win it. Tatum in there. That's
the
it
three.
right there.
That's the 3. And I got Luka.
What do
on the
Jason
outside.
Tatum got to do to win MVP right now, the rest of the season?
It's not what he got to do. Jaylen
No,
Brown
what do he got to do?
Jaylen Brown got to turn an ankle or something.
What do
You got another guy in the lineup. You just said playing top 5 basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's out of his hands. Because even if he scored 40, this guy's getting 30
what
the next
happen-
night.
Yeah.
So you don't have another guy. That's what I'm saying about Shai Gilgeous. He's getting 30 every single night. He's getting ready. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he tied the record. So he tied KD for most 30-point games, and there's still 17 games to go. So he's going to break that record. Think about that.
So
That's
it's his to
KD.
lose. Right now, it's his to
That's
lose.
KD, bro.
Right now, it's Shea Gilgeous.
Yeah. He's too consistent.
It's his MVP to lose
It's
right
his
now.
MVP to lose.
What do Joker got to do to win MVP?
I mean, Joker is just Joker. I don't think Joker's going to play his game. I don't think Joker can. Joker is still can win it because the people might not see it how I see it. Mm-hmm. The voting people may not see
I
it
think
how
it's
I
close.
see it.
I think it's going to be
For
close.
me, I just can't see. He's been too consistent. He's just getting his numbers. He's shooting 50
If Denver win the West,
every night.
do Joker win MVP, or you still got Shea?
I wouldn't be mad. For me, I got Shea because of.
You'll be
because
mad if Tatum win.
I'd be mad if Tatum win.
Man,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
I'd be mad.
No, they
Give
got
it to
the best-
Luka, bro.
What's the criteria? The best record on the best team.
No, you got another guy that can carry you
I
through
mean,
the
the best
course
player
of
on
the
the best
season.
team.
What I like about Joker is that Jamal Murray went down for a lot of games and he's kept that ship afloat. So I give him that same type of deal that I'm giving
All right.
Shea. That's what I
So
said.
you taking JT
Brown
out
is too good.
because of the team.
Yeah, you could have an off night and this guy can carry you. If it's rare for 5 games. So one night maybe you got a team that can carry you. If Shea missed 5 games, who's
They
doing
can
that?
still win.
No, not 5. They're gonna go 1-4.
No, they're not. No, they're
yes,
not.
they are.
Nah, they good.
Without him, without that 30, without that
him, they can
31
still
point
win.
guy
They can still win without him.
who scored 31 points, 40 something.
They got
games.
some cats on there that can hoop. They not
They're
in
not
first.
gonna
Jay, they not
win
in first
without
place
him.
because of one dude.
No, but he is a consistent. They can be inconsistent. He can't. When you got Jaylen Brown, nobody else gets. What's their second leading scorer getting? It's
Probably
hit and
like-
miss. 1 week, Shed is doing good. Williams had great games this year. He's had 30-point games. But I'm saying they have contributors. That's why they are a top team, like you said.
Right.
But if this guy is showing up every single night with 30, every night, back to back, he scored 30. Listen what I told you, he's about to break Kevin Durant's
Yeah, he cold.
Most
He got the
30-point games in
strongest- he got
OKC history.
Man, I get what you're saying. He got the strongest argument. He got the strongest argument for MVP. Him and I get it.
Second best odds according to DraftKings, plus 265.
Second,
Yeah. He don't have enough. That's why I said I wouldn't be mad if Jokic get it because Shea doesn't have enough primetime games this year. He wasn't projected to do this. So he doesn't have any primetime. How many times has he played on ABC at all? Will he? So he's not playing.
It's hard to say what his signature games was because, I mean, he getting 30 every night.
He's had a lot of games where he's closed games out, like in the fourth quarter.
Versus Denver, 7 points. Saying though, we look at matchups. Just like everybody said, it's going to be tough for JT to get MVP after losing to Denver and he didn't play that good and Joker did this. What about when Shea played Denver? 7 points.
Early in the season.
He ain't never scored under double figures all year.
Who?
Except for that game.
Joker?
Shea.
Yeah.
7 points. Versus who your competition is.
What happened? What happened in that game?
What happened? What game?
What happened? What was the results?
I don't remember.
Denver won by 33.
Exactly. He's the MVP. That's my point. When he plays bad, they lose.
Denver.
Yes, that's my that's my argument. There you go. Thank you. You backed me up.
That was a backup.
Yes, a backup. Because you said he scored 7. They got blown out. There's no support for him consistently. He cannot miss a week of work.
Man, some news that just came out. We ain't talk about it, but they said Lonzo Ball is he got all court activity okay. They saying he can come back. A lot of people were saying he wasn't gonna play again. What you think of that?
Oh man, you know what? As an athlete, you always pull for athletes.
He a Cali dude too.
Yeah, we love him, man. I watched him play.
Yeah.
The first time we watched him play, anybody seen him play, any footage of him, the earliest footage of him playing high school basketball, besides his mom and pop's home film that they might have, is on YouTube of him playing in the Paul Pierce Fall League. Our boy DeAnthony started that at Inglewood High, the Paul Pierce Fall League, and that's the first time I saw him play. And this is my first experience watching him play, right?
At Inglewood.
At Inglewood High. It was a Paul Pierce Fall League, named after you. They were playing a game. The guy hits a 3. They were playing, I want to say, Londale or somebody. The guy hits a 3 on the other team with like 2 seconds left. He takes it out, throws the ball length of the court. They lose. The other team loses.
And he threw
the other team hit a 3. It's 2 seconds left. They was celebrating a little bit.
They got a layup.
He took it out, threw the length of the court. I know he was amazing because look, the team.
But I'm saying, what you think of him coming back, and what do you see, from him moving forward? Or we ain't seen him in about 2 years.
It's hard to tell, because he plays the game. They've changed the way they play without him. And so I don't know if he fits there.
With Kobe White emerging right now?
Yeah, because they play a penetrating scoring.
I think for dude, if he come back,
but he's under contract.
Regain, some of the stuff he had, because before he got hurt, before he went out, he was starting, I think he was starting to come into his own. I think he need to get out of Chicago. I don't think, with the emergence of Kobe White.
Is he a starting point guard?
I don't know. We got to see, he going to have a whole summer to get his strength back. He's starting on-court activities, so he's going to have about like 6-7 months to get ready for next year. I just hope he come back in full strength so we can see him, because I think he got an awesome story, him and his brother.
For sure.
Dealing with injuries. And so, I
want to see that Lonzo
come back strong.
Baller brand.
Huh?
He's only 26.
He's only 26, right?
Yeah, he got it. The thing that I'm most concerned about, if I have any concerns, is not his offense. It's him coming back. He was developing a reputation as defense being his strength and his IQ of the game.
Yeah.
When you like this, can you come back and be that stellar of defender at that position, at one of the most dangerous positions now, where they just coming at you? It's a free-flowing attack. It's not guys running offense at that position like he is. It's not a lot of players that are similar to him. Most of these guys are coming at you. De'Aaron Fox, these guys are coming to score. Even Austin Reeves and DeAndre, like team after team, Curry running around. Every team, these guys are coming to Shea. These guys are coming to score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just want to see if he can come back with that athleticism and that defensive ability. That'll be great for him.
You know, we talking about stars matching up. I said KD and Kawhi. I want to see that matchup. Is there any matchup like individual stars you want to see match up in the playoffs? Like, I don't really see no matchup in the East.
I'm excited to see Shea in the playoffs.
But who matched
that's
up?
what I'm
Like,
saying.
what you like? All right,
You mean mano a mano?
Yeah, like you see, like if KD and match up with
Yeah,
Kawhi,
he don't have a matchup.
I'm watching that series first.
Yeah, KD
You know,
and Kawhi.
if they got to play a 7-game series
Yeah,
because they got
KD
to
and
guard
Kawhi.
each other.
I don't know if we're gonna see that this year.
So I'm trying to think.
We
What
probably
about
not
like
gonna
Dallas?
see that.
What about Luka and Shea? That could be a matchup.
They're not gonna guard each other.
They're not guarding each other.
No, they're not gonna guard each other.
Curry and Shea.
I don't think they're gonna guard. You can't guard Shea with Curry. That's a nightmare.
Dang, it ain't no match. What about
He's that good. He's your MVP.
Oh, we could possibly see
but I want to see him in the playoffs versus Denver. I believe that they have the best chance to beat Denver because they have the athletes, the speed. Who's going to guard Jokic? Nobody. Nobody can guard him.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they have the type of athletes to play the style. Because now with Minnesota, they're going to be down with no Karl Anthony Towns. I can't believe them coming confidently into these matchups. They're going to have.
I wouldn't mind seeing Drew and Dame. Actually, that's going to happen too.
That's the one.
Drew and Dame got to match up. They're going to see each other in the conference finals.
Yeah,
that's
you was
gonna be
over there. You in my home.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Can you win without me?
Is there anybody in the West that can beat Denver or can give them?
That's what I just said.
Okay, you said okay.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to see that matchup because
that's the only team
that can beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they got the guy that can get you fourth quarter scoring.
They did beat them twice during the regular season.
He can get you fourth quarter scoring. To beat Denver, you have to outscore them in the fourth quarter.
So
they got
Minnesota,
guys that can score.
They dealing with Karl Anthony Towns. He's got a meniscus injury he's dealing with. They say he's going to be out at least 4 weeks. So I'm writing off Minnesota. I think they're going to slide. I just don't see him coming back and regaining that strength and just that quick turnaround when everything's heating up. So when I look at it, Minnesota's not going to be a team
I feel sorry
that I'm
for them.
really
I feel sorry for
going to be concerned about. They had a great year. Anthony Edwards having a great year. And the part of it is like you got to be good, but you got to be lucky. And that's the one part, that's unfortunate. And now, what about like Clippers? You don't think Clippers got a shot at Denver? I mean, if I had to look, I think maybe the only one team, I think Clippers the only one that got the depth.
The Clippers, the problem they have with Denver is that they want to go small ball in the second and fourth quarters,
but
right?
They got bigs that can match up with him too.
No, but that's not how they want to play in the second and fourth quarters.
Yeah, they do. They'll keep Plumlee and Zubac out there.
Nah, they want to go small. They want to go
that's
Powell.
The only thing.
They want to go Norman Powell. They want to go with that lineup because they had Kawhi guarding Joker.
I think you don't even have. I think the thing about Denver, don't focus on stopping Joker. Like you're not stopping him. Focus on stopping everybody else. Don't let Jamal go off for 20, 30.
That's the problem. You can't do that.
Don't let Aaron Gordon give you that 18.
You can't do that. That's why Joker's so good. Because how you going to focus on stopping them and he has the ball?
I'm telling you, you got to make Joker. You got to make Joker a scorer. Make him a scorer.
Let him go ahead and shoot 80%, 90%.
That's fine. We can live with that. But when he's
dropping
dimes off over here, Gordon, Murray, Michael Porter Jr.
He's going to do that too. That's the thing.
Because when these other dudes don't play well, you got a better shot to beat them. But when I look up and his numbers is 36, 15, and 15, you ain't got no shot.
We got 36. I mean, you didn't really.
Man, go ahead and get 40 now.
With
5 assists. 5 assists. We'll give you extra. Here, just take away 5 of those assists. He going to rebound. He can score. But don't let him pick you apart. I think that's got to be the blueprint. Let him post up. If he going to be at the high post, man, look, get up on your man. We switch everything. Don't give him no back doors. Don't give him no flares. Make him go one-on-one.
Play him one-on-one. Let him
go one-on-one. Don't help.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure that's not the first time somebody tried that.
Because every other thing,
it's hard to stick to that.
You get the digging. You get in the paint. You get the trapping.
You look inside your man cut.
Just, man, face guard your man and let him go. If he get 40, 50, and he don't get those 10, 11, 12 assists, I think you got a shot. Don't let Jamal Murray get off. Don't let Michael Porter get off. Don't let Aaron Gordon get off. Like the most important piece is Murray, because Murray can beat you. But if you let Michael, if you say, Joker, get 50.
If you give him all that space, he's gonna eat you alive.
It's not space. We just gonna let him. We just gonna one-on-one. No help.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's all that
No
space
help.
where he can wiggle. He's too crafty.
We'll see. But that's the blueprint. I think.
What he shooting 60% from the
Nobody
field?
has tried that. I don't think. But I think that's the blueprint in beating Denver. If you're gonna beat him in the 7-game series, you gotta make him a scorer.
Well, there is no blueprint.
I think nobody just said it, go out and get 40 and 50 every night. He's getting 40 and 50 with a 12.
Yeah, I would like to see that, because
16
I don't think he really just wants to just be a 50-point scorer.
That's what I'm saying.
So he just says, I'll
He
just get
can,
30
but
effortlessly.
I'd rather him do that. Now them other guys, they not getting the touches, they not getting the shots,
The feel for the game.
getting the
and all that.
feel and getting the rhythm. Like, keep them out of rhythm.
Keep them out of it.
Yeah, that's the way you got to go. Hey man, well there you have it. Thanks for joining another edition of the Truth Lounge. Make sure y'all drop in the comments, who do y'all think is gonna win the NCAA tournament? My pick is Kansas, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, KU. Also, shout out to DraftKings, All the Smoke Productions, and I'll see you, baby. It's March Madness. Let's get it.